see you. I want you to take a deep breath right now, right where you are, and just listen to my voice. I see you sitting there, carrying a weight that your shoulders were never meant to bear. I see the quiet moments when you are entirely alone, when the house is still and the echoes of the past ring so loudly in your ears that they drown out the peace of the present. I know the exact number of silver hairs on your head, and I want you to know that to me, each one is a crown of splendor, a testament to a life deeply lived, fought for, and survived. You have reached a season of life that the world often misunderstands, the golden years, the third age. And yet inside, I know you sometimes feel anything but golden. You feel tired. You feel an exhaustion that goes far deeper than your bones. It is an exhaustion of the soul. I have been watching you navigate these waters, my precious child. I see the way you look in the mirror and sometimes fail to recognize the face looking back at you, wondering where the time went, where that vibrant, energetic youth fled to so quickly. You wonder if your best days are entirely behind you, sealed away in photo albums that gather dust. But I am here to tell you, with the absolute authority of the heavens and the deepest intimacy of your closest friend, that you are profoundly cherished, just as you are right now. I do not look at you and see someone who has faded. I look at you and see a masterpiece that is finally coming into its true, seasoned beauty. I need to speak to the guilt you are harboring in your heart. You know exactly what I am talking about. The silent regrets that visit you in the middle of the night. The memories of words spoken in anger decades ago. The choices you wish you could undo. The times you felt you failed as a parent, as a spouse, as a friend, or even as a believer. You have been holding on to a heavy ledger of your own perceived shortcomings, tallying up every mistake and telling yourself that you did not do enough. Listen to me now. Drop the pen. The ledger is torn. The debts are paid. I was there in those moments of failure, and my grace covered you then, just as it covers you now. You have spent years asking for forgiveness for things I have long since forgotten. I do not hold your past against you, so I gently ask you, why do you? The anxieties of growing older are real, and I do not dismiss them. I know the fear of your body not responding the way it used to, the quiet panic when a new ache appears, the deep-seated worry about becoming a burden to the ones you love. I see the tears you hide from your family, the brave face you put on when you feel vulnerable and fragile inside. You look at a fast-paced world that seems to worship only youth, speed, and endless production, and you wonder, is there still a place for me here? Does my life still matter? My beloved, your life matters to me more than you could possibly comprehend. You are not invisible to me. While the world rushes by in a blur of noise, I have pulled up a chair right next to you. I am sitting with you in the quietness of your living room. I am walking beside you on your careful, measured walks. Your worth was never defined by how much you could produce, how fast you could run, or how much wealth you could gather. Your worth is simply in whose you are. You are mine. You do not have to prove anything to me. You do not have to earn my love in this late hour. I want to lift the burden of performance off your weary chest. I want to break the chains of guilt that tell you it is too late to find joy. I know you miss the ones who have gone ahead. I know the ache of the empty chairs at the table and the numbers in your phone book that you can no longer call. I collect every one of those tears. Your grief is a holy testament to the love you have given. But I want to remind you that you are still here, breathing this air, for a divine reason. Your story is not over. The final chapters of a book are often the most profound, where the great mysteries are revealed and the deepest wisdom is imparted. I am holding your hand, validating every ounce of your struggle, every tremor of your fear, and every shadow of your doubt. You are safe with me. You are understood. You are completely and unconditionally welcomed in my embrace, exactly as you are today. Let us look back together, not with eyes of judgment, but with the gentle, understanding gaze of compassion. How did we get here? How did the heavy cloak of anxiety wrap itself so tightly around your shoulders? You blinked, and decades passed like a swift wind through a valley. You started out with such light in your eyes, such open, trusting hands. But the world is a harsh terrain, and living in it requires a toll. Without even realizing it, Day by day, year by year, you began to build walls. You built walls to protect your tender heart from the betrayals of friends. You built walls to shield yourself from the relentless demands of providing for a family, putting food on the table, and keeping a roof over your head. You had to be strong for everyone else. You became the pillar, the rock, the one who absorbed the shocks of life so that your loved ones wouldn't have to. But in becoming the rock for others, you absorbed the weight of their world, and slowly, the world robbed you of your peace. You traded your inner stillness for survival. Think about the decades you have navigated, the striving of your 20s and 30s, the heavy responsibilities of your 40s and 50s, the frantic pace of a society that told you that if you were not busy, you were not valuable. The noise of the world, the news, the conflicts, the endless stream of tragedies and crises seeped into your spirit. The world operates on an artificial urgency, constantly screaming that everything is an emergency, everything is a catastrophe, and you must carry the anxiety of it all. Over the decades, this constant state of alert changed the rhythm of your heart. You forgot how to rest. You forgot what it felt like to simply exist in a state of grace, without having to manage, control, or fix anything. I saw you lose your way in the thicket of responsibilities. I saw how the genuine, childlike faith you once held was bruised by unanswered prayers, by the harsh realities of sickness, loss, and dashed dreams. You began to believe the lie that you were entirely on your own, that if you didn't hold the sky up, it would surely fall. But my child, the sky was never yours to hold. In the Gospel of Mark, there was a time when my disciples were running themselves ragged, surrounded by the overwhelming needs of the crowds, exhausted and running on empty. I looked at them with the same tender love I have for you right now, and I said, "Come with me, by yourselves, to a quiet place and get some rest." Mark 6:31. This is the invitation I am extending to you today in your third age. The world still screams with demands, even if your daily routine has slowed. The anxiety still tries to find a home in your mind, whispering fears about your health, your fixed income, your legacy, or your grandchildren's futures. But I am asking you to step out of the current of the world's panic. Let us step into the quiet place together. I want to offer you a lovingly grounded solution to your needs. The solution is not to find the energy you had at 25 to fix the world. The solution is to intentionally lay down your armor. You have been living in a spiritual, Holy Saturday for much of your life. Holy Saturday is the long, agonizing day of silence between the trauma of Good Friday and the triumph of Resurrection Sunday. It is the day when the stone is sealed, everything feels dark, and it seems like heaven is doing nothing. You have endured many long, silent Saturdays in your life, waiting for breakthroughs, waiting for healing, waiting for peace, feeling trapped in the waiting. But I want you to know that in the silence of Saturday, the greatest victory of eternity was being secured. While you thought you were just surviving, just enduring the passage of time, I was forging a royal heritage within your soul. Your endurance, your quiet faithfulness, even your stumbling steps back to me, they were all building a profound spiritual depth. The weight you feel now is the accumulated gravity of a life lived in the world's heavy gravity. But I am here to change the atmosphere. I am here to teach you how to breathe the air of heaven right here in your living room, to find me in the simple routine of your morning coffee, the quiet rustle of the trees outside your window, and the stillness of the afternoon. You do not need to figure everything out anymore. You do not need to carry the destiny of your family on your back. It is time to release them into my hands. It is time to dismantle the walls, brick by brick. Because the war you have been fighting is over. You survived. And now it is time to let me be your protector, your provider, and your profound, unshakable peace. Now, my beloved, the dawn is breaking. The long, silent, holy Saturday of your soul is coming to an end, and your royal heritage is finally ready to be revealed. I want to shift your perspective entirely, turning your eyes away from the shadows of the setting sun and toward the brilliant light of my eternal grace. You may look at the calendar, you may look at the physical limitations of your body, and you may think, time is running out. But I tell you a glorious truth. My grace does not operate on the world's clocks. With me, it is never, ever too late. In the economy of heaven, One moment of true, surrendered peace is worth more than decades of frantic, anxious striving. The thief on the cross next to me had only a few breaths left in his lungs, only a handful of moments remaining in his earthly life. Yet in that tiny fraction of time, he secured an eternity of paradise. The time that remains for you, whether it is measured in months, years, or decades, is more than enough for complete redemption, profound joy, and absolute peace. You do not need to live another lifetime to experience the fullness of my love. You only need to open your hands right now, today. You are a chosen one of God. Do you hear me? Let those words sink deep into the marrow of your aging bones. You are chosen. You were not an accident, and you have not been forgotten on the shelf of old age. You are fiercely loved. You are guarded by legions of angels. You are strong, not with the fleeting muscular strength of youth, but with the indestructible, tested, and tempered strength of a survivor. You are protected by the Creator of the universe. I am declaring a new season over the remainder of your life. The years that the locusts have eaten, the years lost to worry, to grief, to striving, I will restore to you in a currency of peace that the world cannot touch. When you wake up tomorrow morning, I want you to refuse the heavy blanket of anxiety before your feet even touch the floor. Before your mind can race to the aches in your body or the worries of the day, I want you to say, I am a royal heir, and today I walk in the peace of my King. When you look in the mirror, do not let the enemy whisper lies about fading beauty. I want you to see the coronation of your soul. Your royal heritage is not made of gold and jewels. It is made of wisdom, patience, empathy, and the quiet power of a life anchored in me. Your prayers, whispered in the quiet of your home, carry massive weight in the heavenly realms. You are a pillar in my kingdom. Your very presence, anchored in my peace, is a gift to a chaotic world. In the book of Mark, when the ruler of the synagogue was told that his daughter was dead, that it was entirely too late and all hope was lost, I looked at him and said a phrase that I am now saying directly into your heart. Do not fear, only believe. Mark 5:36. Do not fear the passing of time. Do not fear the changes in your body. Do not fear the unknown of tomorrow. Only believe that I am with you. Believe that the end of your earthly story is simply the magnificent beginning of our eternal life together. I have prepared a place for you, but until I call you home, I have prepared a purpose for you right here. Your purpose now is to receive. You have spent your whole life giving, working, and sacrificing. Now, I am calling you to the beautiful, sacred task of simply receiving my love. Let me heal the lingering hurts. Let me soothe the anxieties of aging. Let me walk with you in the cool of the evening, just as I walked in Eden. You are safe. The battle is won. The stone is rolled away. Your holy Saturday is over, and the resurrection light of peace is flooding your room right now. Take a deep breath. Exhale the years of worry. Inhale my presence. We are going to walk through the rest of this journey together, hand in hand, step by step, and I promise you, I will never let you go. If you are ready to lay down your heavy ledger, if you are ready to step out of the anxiety and claim your royal heritage of peace today, I invite you to make a quiet declaration. Leave your burden in the comments below. Type, I receive your peace, Lord. Let this be the moment you draw a line in the sand. And please, subscribe to the channel so we can continue to walk together, side by side, every single day. I love you, my child. Rest in me now.